She hadn't seen anything from us yet. Our thumbnail. Good morning. We're 10 seconds on. I'm Lucretia. And
I'm Richard.
Hey, come on. Show them who you are, honey.
I'm Richard.
And we are
burning
up the roads,
baby.
We burned up some roads coming here. We are in Quartzsite, as many of you know. Here's your phone back, honey.
Hey, the roads are burnt all the way behind us. Be careful driving that way.
That's right. And there's our live. It shows our one picture. All right. So nobody's here yet. That's okay. Can you put water in my coffee cup? Coffee for me? That was a live sheet. Was from yesterday. Oh gosh. Yeah, remember? Where's my coffee cup? Hold on. Where's my coffee cup? Dang it. I brought real coffee cups. I brought real coffee cups. Two. One for me and one for Mr. Richard. So somebody's here. Let's wait and see who's here. Oh, I'm feeling much better today.
With your fingers today instead of your feet?
Yes. That's not it.
Oh, well. We'll get it.
Well, someone came and left. Wasn't what they were expecting. Yes. That was the quickest leave we've ever had.
The leave of faith.
Yes. And what a horrible picture that was.
It was lovely.
Oh, it was not lovely.
No,
welcome to day one in Quartzsite. And the camera is just a hair off.
Where's your coffee?
And God knows I need that camera to be as good as possible. Okay, here's to day one in Quartzsite.
Day one, having fun. Maybe not.
Oh, he's going to clean up the computer.
Just get the dust off.
Hold on. We'll do that after the show.
That's it. I'm done.
So good morning, Alberta Hinksman.
Hi, Alberta.
That's supposed to, I can't find my mouse. Where does a mouse go? Well, we've probably got 20 foot of living space. It was here.
Cat here?
There's not been a cat here.
Well, I couldn't eat the mouse.
Good morning, Jim Bertrand. Thank you so much for coming. And of course, boondocking with Boomer, Lance. Well, honey, you're not. Alberta was first in the house. I wouldn't lie to you about that. Brad McQuirt, thank you so much for coming. Glad we made it too. Cindy Wheeler, wish I was there from Alberta. I wish you were here too, Alberta. I wish everybody who was with us was here. And then we've got Cindy Wheeler. Yeah, let's see. Jim, what'd he say? Hope you had a great rest. You look wonderful. Well, thank you. I don't feel like I look wonderful, but passable. And yes, by the way, got 10 hours of solid sleep. I did not wake up in the middle of the night.
That was your cup.
Oh, darn it. Wrong cup. So I got 10 hours of sleep. We went to sleep at 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock, and then
Eastern time.
No, this is mountain time, by the way. We have to still change our clock. Cindy Wheeler, Christian Richard, so glad you're safe. We've got nice wind gusts coming through, and we're glad we're safe too, Cindy. This was a hellacious drive for me. It just was. And I'll tell you a funny story in a minute. Who was that? So yeah, good morning to everyone. Jim Bertrand. I'm having to do my tap because I can't find the mouse. And so it's a little longer. It's all right to be third. You're bronze medal. You got a bronze medal today. Yep, Roy and Becky raid. Thank you, Roy and Becky's raid. We appreciate it very much. Artist on the road. Thank you for hopping over here. Nomadic Rat Pack. Come on, Tapper. Lucretia and Richard are burning up the roads. What a journey. We're so happy to see the first rodeo is over, and now you can enjoy yourself in part 2 of your journey. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Jill Weatherly, thank you for coming. And it was so nice to just know that we did not have to get up and jump into clothes and roll. That is a really good feeling. And so Jill, are you in Arizona too? I mean, is there any chance of meeting you? As soon as I'm done greeting everybody, come on, Tapper. Shanna, it was right on Shanna. Shanna Craft, good morning. Our Fatima Jaffrey. At this rate, it's going to take forever to get through these because this Tapper, you know, I'm on my laptop and the mouse is missing. I use a mouse and a regular keyboard. I don't care for the other stuff. Lucky Dog, I did not get it. I can't find an email from you. So if you could resend it, I'm going to put my email for this channel is no longer KrishaK@gmail.com. I'm going to put it up right now. Find my banners. It is Burning Up the Roads #1. And that is what it is. So if you want to resend me it, I'd be American Wanderer. Hello. And Richard put the bag away. Can you just reach inside that little pouch in the front of that right bag? And there.
For what?
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Actually, wrong channel. I believe American Wanderer is right across from us. I think. I'm trying to remember everybody that's here to meet up with any other YouTubers. Yes, we're going to talk about that. So last night we got to meet some people, and we'll go through that. So Jill, you're in Tucson. Is there any mountains between here and Tucson? Is there any major windstorms? Artist on the road, RV and Ashes. And I did get to see Margie as we drove in. She had a flashlight. Thank you for helping. Here we go with that thing is popping off. Welcome to the neighborhood. We are in they're kind of kitty corner across from us. RV Ashes in April. Margie. And I'm sorry, Margie, I don't remember your husband's name. It's not Jeff. I think could be. Could be.
The one with the white Jeep.
They have a Class C also.
Right there?
Yeah. It's bigger than ours. I'd love to come down and visit. How far is Tucson? Chasing America. Yes. And when I get to the end of all of this, I'll tell you what's going to happen here. It should be basic, but it wasn't to me. So Forever Best Friend. Yes. Oh, I'll show you guys our view. Oh, where did it go? I want StreamYard, come back here. I'll show you our view. Out the window. It's a pretty nice view. We parked this way intentionally. Our door is towards the little cul-de-sac, and the big window is out towards those mountains. So, thank you, Charlie Grace. Yes, Lance, I'm still using StreamYard at this moment. I'm going to try the other one, but I needed to get settled before I did anything different. Nomadic Rat Pack, again. All right, Fordman, aka Kenneth Oakes. Thank you, Kenneth, and thank you for the Roy and Becky raid. And I got dropped from a bad connection at a certain point, Kenneth, with Doreen's road trip. And that is, my mind is really full of stuff. Doreen's channel. Now I know names and I'm forgetting channels. I'll remember it. I adore her. She's on a road trip to find a car. Alberta just laid down with my new weighted blanket. I got it from hubby. I would like a weighted blanket. I think a weighted blanket would help me. Just saying hi, Roy and Becky. Hi, you guys. I was listening today through the whole time on Richard's phone. My phone had to charge up. We're going to have to deal with some things about having charged up stuff and what some of the issues we're facing. No. Well, I talked to Dee. We messaged last night. I will if I will be seeing D, I'd kind of like to see where are they nearby here? Is it walkable distance with my walker? I'm trying to keep the van or the RV set for a while, for a couple days. The American Wanderers in the shuttle bus, and I believe CR View is across from us. Nope, that's CR View.
That's the shuttle bus.
The shuttle bus is also kitty corner from us. Okay, thank you for that, American Wanderer.
That's the shuttle bus right there.
Boone, Lucky Doug, Lucretia, I didn't send an email to you. I believe it was Lance. Okay, thank you. Yes, and I got his.
Who's in the white Jeep?
That is American. Oh, the white Jeep. All I know is
Somebody's got a white Jeep.
Okay, well, American Wanderer is in the shuttle bus, and CR View is in that Class A. Okay. CRV. So I can fill you in on a few things. Naj, hello to you. Thank you for coming. And I'm having to use my laptop little, I don't know what it's called. Anyways, I can't find my mouse. It is somewhere in 20 feet of living. I know I wouldn't have hit it because I like certain things to be very American Wanderer. Should try to have someone come up on the panel. I will. We're getting to that. Oh, max 4 hours to get to Tucson, Jill says. Okay, that's good to know. Arvine with G. Hello to you. Thank you for coming, George. And I'm going to be thanking a lot of people here in a minute. All right, make sure I've said hello to everybody who's in here. We've got 32 in the house. Lucky Dog, Ashes in April. Just saying hi to everybody. Oops. Victoria May, thank you for coming, Vicky. I'm looking forward. So remember, everybody, Vicky does karaoke on Wednesday nights, and the people in the cul-de-sac here, be prepared for some very, very odd noises coming out of our RV on that night. All right, so I think I've said hello to everybody, and that's my email address. If you need it, if anybody wants to send an email, there you go. And if you would like to be interviewed, either virtually or in person, that would be great if you feel okay with that. Kaylee, hello to you, my friend. So right now I want to say thank you to some couple people right off. First of all, thank you to everybody who followed us on this journey. It still, truthfully, it just amazes me that people do this. That you all care about each other so much. I'm having to adjust to that. We live in a world where that's not the norm out in the sticks and bricks, as many people have learned. I love Eugene. I love my home in Eugene. It's been my home for 59 years, except for 2 up in Salem when I went to school. Oh, following Yellow Brick Road. Yes, we did. And are you still in Quartzsite, following Yellow Brick Road? Because I'd love to meet you too. I had an opportunity to interview her, and it was full of information that I need. So thank you to everybody who followed us. And then a couple thank yous specifically to people, for Kaylee for keeping everybody informed of us, what's going on. Even when we were not live, she would message and say people were concerned or wondering what's going on and how things are. Excuse me, I have to adjust this bra. So that I don't know how to say. I don't know how to repay people who've just done things out of kindness, other than whatever kindness I can show you, I will show you. Okay, so if you need something that I can help with, never hesitate to get a hold of us and ask. And I would be honored to be able to help anybody. So secondly, I want to thank. I really need to thank. She is not in here yet. I'll wait till she comes in. And I want to also thank, when we were stuck, we had Troy from Nomadic Rat Pack. Troy helped us with the overheating, as did Backroads Nomad, and he's not here right now. So that was integral to us moving forward. And just to be there, I was panic stricken. I mean, really, I was panic stricken. Nothing we could do really other than do the water thing and some things that we were told to do. And Richard already knew. I mean, he's 60, almost 62 years old, and we've had cars our whole lives. And so, as a matter of fact, Bernie is the second person I wanted to thank directly. Was checking in little heater for my van. Oh, okay. Was checking my little heater for your van. So Bernie, Bernie is the second person. Bernie would email us or message us. I don't remember even how it was right now, but she would get us in contact in the middle of the morning, like late, and tell us what road conditions were. She was trying so hard to help us have as smooth a drive as possible. And I'm your gas guy. Yes, Arvid with G. He's the gas guy. Absolutely. Get it? Yes. Thank you so much for telling us where the cheap gas was, because we really did need to get filled up. And we almost rolled in. I think we rolled in on an empty tank to that one gas station that he got us to. And we just had allowed too much time and no gas stations in between. And the Jeep is Duffy. Okay. So we're also in with Duffy. That's right. I met Duffy last night. So we've got Kaylee, Bernie, G, Lance, or Troy, and Backroads Nomad. Those are people that were very direct in trying to help us, deal with certain things. So that, that I don't even know. Like I said, I don't know how to repay things like that. I just want to say thank you. And if I can help you in any way, I will. That's just the nature of who I am. I love helping people. I've done it my whole life. Work that I've done has always been in other-centered work. And that's the way I like to do life. So I got a call from Kim from Rometown Girl. Jim Bertrand, hello, and Catherine Cook. I'm buffering because of windy weather. So we have really windy weather here, guys. So something may happen. I don't know. This is our first day here, really. I got a call from Kim, and Kim and I know each other a bit. We've been chatting back and forth on the phone. I've interviewed her twice. Yes, I don't even know how to explain the gratitude, George, that we have. You have top 12. Oh, that's, where did G go? Okay. There we go. You have your top 12 and the other 22 are here for you too. 110%. That's why I'm saying I don't even know how to start other than the few people that were contacted us directly. And I'm going to talk about one of the things related to this. Jill Weatherly, good morning. And Lance for Googling. So too many people to actually name everybody, because I was driving and I don't know everybody but what I do know is that you all stayed here and hung out. And when we were terrified, again, I didn't get to directly apologize. I know everybody says I don't need to apologize. I'm going to do it one time and that's it. I really feel bad, and I was almost not coming back to YouTube after my meltdown. That's the truth of it, because I felt ashamed and I felt embarrassed that I lost control, so much so that I didn't even remember that you guys were here. And when I was talking to my little sister, and she informed me that I quite cuss like in my words, like not just a sailor, but 2 or 3 sailors. And so, yes, I do cuss sometimes. And when I'm afraid, it's the first words that want to come out. And that's, I've learned not to do that. So that tells me how out of control I was. So that's my last, Boucher Street, or Boucher. I'm not sure how it's pronounced correctly. Thank you for coming. So that's my last apology tour. And I hope obviously for giving us another chance, because we really, really have come to love this community. And there is no other word for it. A love, appreciation, all of those things that tell people that something is special. And I really, yeah, he's saying the only thing, George is saying the only thing I lost was daylight. Yep. Which is bringing me up to the topic I'm going to talk about. We all cuss. But Lance, okay, so YouTube has helped me to not cuss in the same way that I used to. And because first of all, I learned I have a set of verbal tools I can use. I don't need to use the F word every constant word, as a comma as I used to use it. I don't do that anymore. And thank you to YouTube for that. I also want to say hello to Wandering Gypsy Vanner. I want to say hello to, I know that Roy and Becky's daughter-in-law is on here, Rashea McCrae. Thank you for coming over. Rashea, oh, Rashaya, I think it's Rashaya. Because all the time I still love her. I know. I learned that from somebody. I learned how to do it from somebody. So I think I've said hello. Kathy from Wandering Gypsy Vanner. Thank you. So I talked to Kim. Kim said, I've got some things to say to you, basically, about this trip. And I said, I hope you're sitting down. Where are View staying? Thank you for coming over. We've got 35 in the house. I'm not looking at thumbs up, but if you don't mind giving us a thumbs up, that would be great. And if you could share it out on your social media or your community tab and let people know we're out here today, that would be greatly appreciated. So Kim was Full-Time Dream. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon now. She was great. She was straightforward. Kim is a straight shooter, just like I am. And she has shared on her channel as well about her meltdowns. Now, she never has done a meltdown like mine on camera. And so we talked about the things that created that. And number one thing, and I'm fully responsible for, is that I did not plan this trip. Here's how I planned this trip. Oregon is here. California is here. And Arizona, let's see, Oregon, California, Arizona. I was going to go south, and then somewhere in the middle, bottom part of California, I was just going to make a left. I know. I am an adult. I should not be thinking so. I don't even know the right word for that, but it's foolish. That was foolish. So that was number one. Kim and I decided number one was I did not plan this trip. In my mind, I'm telling you the truth. I just thought, go to California and somewhere near the middle bottom, you cut over to Arizona, and that's it. Foolish. So that was foolish, number one. So that was a contributor number one. Number two is that I don't drive at night. Like I can drive right in my immediate community if I need to. And 36 in the house, 21 thumbs up. Okay, well, we're getting there. So number two was my no plan. Me and Richard did not plan this trip. And by the way, pretty much left it up to me to do it. So yeah, we did not plan this trip. Well, because by the way, as it turns out, there's a whole lot of ways to get to Arizona.
It's cold outside.
Number three, I don't even have an atlas with me. I got to get an atlas. I know. So people are laughing, I guarantee, or people are going, oh my God, Lucretia, tell me you have an atlas. Nope, we don't have an atlas. Because you just go to, you just go to California left somewhere, okay? It is what kind of thinking is that? You just, Richard, I don't know the word. Somebody moronic, yeah. So we've got not planning the trip, driving at night, and I left my trip planning, as it turns out, up to people on my channel chat. Now I was thinking, I know that Bernie lives locally, so to speak, and she's been everywhere. So I have to say, in my mind, she knows the way. That's really not fair to you guys. That was unfair to you to plan my trip. Me and Kim were very honest with each other. So we left it up to other people to plan because we thought too superficially, I guess the word might be. And so those are three things that really need to change. Kaylee. No, it's been raining here today, and we haven't really had a chance to chat with Roy and Becky, like sit down and chat. Last night we got here, it was dark. By the time we literally pulled in here, it was dark, and we walked over and spent a little bit of time at the campfire, and then it was super cold. And so we came in. I needed to get some things arranged in here for us to be able to go to sleep. So there's my email. The other thing I'm going to do is put up my banner for PayPal, because I do know that people like to help us out once in a while or give us, gift us. And my preference is PayPal for two reasons. Number one reason is we want to steward the money you gift us with properly. And in my opinion, allowing so YouTube takes 30%, and if you happen to be on an Apple product, apparently they take another 30%. And so there is 60% of that goes to these corporations, and we get 40% in that case. So we felt like the proper thing to do is to utilize PayPal when we can. So it's there if you want to do that. And I know that our other, our little money thing is up there. So if that's what you prefer, that's what you prefer, and that's fine too. Or nothing. Okay, I'm saying nothing. You don't need to gift us, but I just wanted to make that clear. Roy and Becky, you don't have an atlas either? Okay. High five, Roy and Becky. Where's the hands? My hand is not showing. Oh, there it is. There it is. High five, Roy and Becky. So we aren't the only people who don't have one. Really, Kim couldn't believe we don't have an atlas. So one of the things we plan on getting
is an atlas.
Yes, G, that's what I was explaining, is that YouTube, and by the way, I don't mind YouTube making money off of me at all. They're providing a platform for us to be able to sit here and do this. And as I think it was Lance pointed out, or well, I think it was Lance, or it might have been Backroads, somebody, is that they provide a platform for people to do this. And if we went to like ABC, NBC, or CBS, or one of the off-brand companies and said, oh, we'd like to do this show, they would laugh us out of the, you're gone. Don't even waste my time. And Bernie here, love it. Check the quickest route for my travels to save on time, gas, but I love to learn about other routes. So Kim, one of the other things she said, Rashaya has a GPS. So, there's a couple things that are on our list we need that would really help our travels out. We just haven't had the funds to do that yet. But those are the kind of things that we want our channel to be able to help us with. Eventually, it's to be able to do things like that. Get a
button that says, when you push, and it says back to where we were.
Oh, a button to push that says back to where you were. Wouldn't that be helpful? Kaylee, oh yes, no, I'm good. Both of us are good at reading paper maps. Absolutely, no problems with that. I have had classes in that. In my undergrad, I had to do a geography class. In my graduate school, I did a town founding class where we looked at how the major towns were, how this country was settled from east to west. And things, so I did have to learn about doing things like that. Let's see what she's saying. Also does not have an atlas. Artist on the Road doesn't have an atlas. So this is not unique to us. I liked one time when one of the channels that I do follow regularly, and I'm hoping to meet out here maybe, is Minnie Van Lee. I think it was her. She gets up to a road one time and she goes, do I go left or do I go right? And she's, I'm going left. She just went left. Where does that road lead? All right. So yeah, she reached out, Kim reached out, and we talked about this, and we talked about things to minimize panic. And I'll probably do a video on this because I think it's that important. I could have caused an accident. I could have caused harm to myself, to Richard, to the dog, and to other people. And I can't be responsible for that. I'm not up to that. So I will do a video on that, and hopefully maybe Kim and I can do one together. We use Alberta Hinksman. We used a GPS system when we were in Australia, and it took us to a dead-end road. So we used Google one time to find someone that we knew that was in prison that we were going to visit up in Oregon at the women's prison. We went about 20 miles via Google Maps. Wrong. Dead-end road, babe. We call it a dead-end road. It was way out in the country. And I think it's actually led to the death of some people because it's inaccurate in some cases. I still use it, but my goal is to get a GPS. I don't know does GPS, the regular like GPS systems, do they work when other things don't electronically, if anybody knows that? Boondocking with Boomer ended up in an oil field? Yikes. I think they have more guards around him than that. This is pretty strong coffee because I think he was making it for himself. Our refrigerator is not working. We're going to have to figure some things out today that are actually very pertinent to survival, which is kind of fun. I'm looking at the chat. It is going to be very cold and windy next few days. Okay, so we won't want to put out our awning, I suspect. We don't really have anything to put under an awning.
Except the food out of the refrigerator.
Except the food out of the refrigerator. Oh my God. We're going to have to really eat our food is all I can say. Boondocking with Boomer. Okay, Lance. Don't buy any GPS. Waze app. The Waze community is amazing. They are like an RV or community. Okay, we do have the app on our phone. But my question is, sometimes we don't have connection on our phone. Man, I need about an inch. There we go. An inch and a half facelift, and those right there go away. That's a half inch, not even an inch. I can't help it. Richard, do you see it? You're an artist. So if our phones aren't connecting, Waze isn't going to work. Would GPS actually still work? If anybody knows that. Full-time dream. Hello and welcome. Thank you for coming in today. Yes, they're satellite. Okay, so we need a GPS, Lance, and keep our Waze, but a GPS is one of my next things. I've learned how to back up with Richard helping, but one of the things next. Okay, this is being really difficult with just using my finger. It's not working. Oh, there's Kim. Let's see. Kim, best travel book is called Mountain Roads. Show you all the things to worry about on the highways of the USA. That's exactly what is a mouse down there by any chance? I just opened up that door.
I looked.
Okay. Okay. I think you've said that before. Bernie, Geography was my favorite subject in school. I think it was why I liked to travel. I hated school until I ended up in college as an old person.
In your purse?
I did, but maybe you could look. There's a lot of stuff in that purse right now that I'm just trying to keep at hand's reach. Until I got to college as an old person. And then I love it. I have actually, when you are done with college.
Yeah, I looked in here.
Okay. When you're done with college, most people get rid of all those books, and there's one fly. I killed about 8 flies the first night in here. First night, killed 8 flies. Hello, Papa Mozo. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. I'm with Lance, RV with G. I'm with Lance. Just plan your route. So, yes, that's true. Plan your route. I don't know why that popped up. Cell phones with GPS. Use satellite, not the cell service. Okay, so I have a cell phone right here. So you're telling me I guess I'm confused about GPS. I wish I could say, I know we have GPS, I'm assuming. I don't know that I've ever used, I just use Google when that's the one I always bring up. So I guess I should see where that's at on my phone. Rashaya. My grandpa's truck broke down at the California-Nevada border, and we were there for 3 hours till the tow truck came. I was afraid that's what was going to happen to us on top of Mount Ashland. And Shanna Craft, plan and write it down. So are you able to reach that yellow pad? I just want to show them.
Where?
Right there. It's just right there. I did. I'm going to show you guys what I wrote down. 38 in the house. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to scare some people. These are things I wrote down. I wrote GPS. I wrote Bakersfield, Barstow, Quartzsite. 2 hours from Bakersfield to Barstow. Oh, wait, 2 hours to get from that one place we stayed that has a weird name. Anyways, it was going to be 2 hours to get to Bakersfield, 2 hours to Barstow, and I understood it was 3 hours to Quartzsite, but it was more than 3. So that's what I wrote down. Oh, here we go. After this is when we were going to take the grapevine. This is my directions. After grapevine, get on, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we got some problems with this kind of directions. And that's what I did. So, traveling granny. Yes, you can download your maps ahead of time, so when you lose connection, you can still. So there's another smart idea. Very good idea, traveling granny. And guess what? I actually knew that. So we have to, I have to figure out why I didn't do it. No matter what type of electronic device you choose to use, I think you should have a paper atlas. I agree. So the first chance, I get an atlas. Plan and write out every turn. Yep. Camper Goer 1, thank you for coming by today. I very much appreciate it. Get in reach mini lightweight and compact satellite communicator. So I'm gonna take this pad, which George, RVing with G, I think it's you, George, that teases me about my notes. No, that is Backroads Nomad. So when I have GPS written down, I'm gonna actually write the name of this and check into it. In reach. And that is come back here. And again, I'm sorry for how long it takes to do this. I can't find my mouse. Satellite communicator. All right. So, Kim, I was telling them about some of the things we talked about. That my first problem was that I didn't plan my own trip. Richard and I did not plan our own trip. I just said in my head and to Richard verbally, California's south, Arizona's east. We're going to go south to California, and somewhere in the middle lower part of California, we're going to make a left-hand turn. I know that sounds like a joke. It's not a joke. It's what I tried to do. And I'm very college educated, and I know that that's stupid. And if I was still cussing, I would say something it's stupid as. The other night you were looking where you were, FASS, but why not look up the Walmart where you wanted to go? I'm not sure, George. I'm going to try to figure that out. And go from there. I don't know. Other than once my panic hit in and it exploded inside my head, nothing, I just couldn't visualize anything but where I was in darkness, in rain, in cars going around us at 80, 100 miles an hour, and that I was disoriented. But so Kim and I talked about not driving at night. You know, I'm not driving at night again, unless there's a life and death emergency. When I'm in a place I don't know, I can get anywhere in my own area. I could do it probably blindfolded. Computer Chick Productions. Thank you for coming. It is made by Garmin. Okay. I know Garmin is the product to go to.
We're gonna put it in there.
And Kim and I talked about, I have to say this, Kim. She said, I don't want to scare you, but something to the effect that you probably want to move to Arizona because you don't want to go back to Oregon. Because I have to go back over. Normally, I would have to go back over the Siskiyou Summit and again over Mount Ashland.
There it is. Hot water in there.
Okay, thank you. And that the Siskiyou Summit she had looked up before, and it is one of the most dangerous summits, or dangerous summits to cross in America. And if you're going down I-5, you got to go over the Siskiyou and over Mount Ashland. But we're going to I'm going to check and see if it's part of the same thing. Siskiyou and everything, Siskiyou and Mount Ashland might be part of the same chain of mountains. Traveling Granny still in. Granny, why are you in the ER? I didn't know. See, I've missed some things. Ruby Morton, thank you for coming by. 39 in the house. And if you haven't had a chance to do a thumbs up, that's greatly appreciated. And yeah. And if you'd like to share this out to your social media, like Facebook or whatever, feel free to do that. Or if you have a channel that is, you can put it on Computer Chicks. See, this is, so if you have service, you can still find places, and if needed, you can communicate. And I did. There's only been, I'm shocked. Let's see. I want to say hi one more person. I'll tell you about that. So Ruby Morton, take care. Glad you and you're safe. Also at truck stops, they have a book. Exit to Exit might be helpful in your travels. Okay, is it called Exit to Exit? I'm going to look that up. Exit to Exit. All right. Thank you for that piece of information. Computer Chicks. So if you have service, you can still find places, and if needed, you can communicate. So we were only out of cell reception, I would say 10% of the time, if that, where we were totally out of cell reception. And we had, as you know, the people that followed us, much of the time, we were able to live stream for hours and hours and hours, probably way too many. And by the way, getting off of the stream helped me, because as a people pleaser, and I am to a degree, I very much can stand my ground, and I know where my limits are most of the time. But I like to help people be happy. I'm not going to use the word make, because I can't make someone happy or make them unhappy. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea anyways, so that's all right. I'm okay with that. I don't actually need everybody. So I once I kind of, I didn't want everybody to be unhappy with me. All of those things heightened my anxiety. So I'm going to work on those things, and I have actually the tools to do that. Okay, so warning, GPS, yeah. So inappropriate. Oh, Google can send you on roads that are inappropriate for an RV. Okay, because they said, I can imagine that. Now I can turn this baby around very well and in really tight places, but I don't want to do that all the time. And I want to have a good plan in place. All good, dear. Okay, thank you, George. Thank you. And I took your advice, and I took that video down for now. I was talking with Kim, and I think I might take it and edit it and use it as a teaching tool for myself, and then see if I feel like I can put it back on in an edited form. Because there's so many things, like I'm talking about right now, there's so many things that could have been done differently. And I want, in my recovery, from alcoholism, I have learned to use my story of my life as an active alcoholic to help other people. And so I'm geared towards that, and I'm geared towards some people not wanting to hear it, and that's great. I'll put it, when I do that video, I will make sure it's understood that it is a video that is actually pretty sensitive and could trigger other people, and I want to trigger other people's issues. So thank you so much. And I agreed with you at the time, and I still do for now until I figure out how to edit it properly. The book could really help. All right, good. I'm going to go back and get the name of that book too. Well, I wrote down Exit to Exit. I need to get Kim's. You know what? So I wish Lance is saying, I wish I could have flown there and drive your rig for you. You could have slept the whole way there. I am so heartened that someone would even be that concerned about me and about us, that they would be willing to do that if they could. I had to face it, Lance. Once Richard is driving again, he'll be driving, but we will share it. I enjoy driving, and I just have to learn how to manage. I manage the rig pretty good, I think. But, rescuing people is not always the best thing for them. And I've had to stop rescuing people because it is my first nature is to fix your life, or to fix your things, or to fix what's going wrong. And I'm trained to do that, and I'm trained in another way that's not healthy. So I'm glad I had to do it, because I know I can do, sir. I knew I could do it. I just had to do it. But I'll never forget that you wished you could help in that way. Bernie, Lucretia, last week you were asked which route you were going to take because there are plenty. You said that Richard and I are taking 5 south to LA. That's why I say, no, not LA. So yes, that's what I thought. So that's the level of my thinking. I said, we're going to LA, and I knew somewhere there we would cross over, but no, I had no idea where that road would be. So I was not on a good road. I didn't have a road. I was off-roading. That's what I think I will call one of my, following the yellow brick road. Yes, that's what I'm, benchmark maps. Yep. Oh, Lance, are you really that sweet of a person? You to have breakfast in the morning for us? Oh, you're, okay, I'll meet you in. Jim, if you want to meet Paula, me and Lance, turn north from Eugene. When you get to Canada, turn east. Paula is 2 days. I'm 3 and Lance is 5 days. Oh my God. All right. Well, that would be lovely. I really want to meet you guys.
Not going to Canada very soon.
No, we won't be in Canada soon, but eventually we will, because I promised my dad before he died that we'd be going to Alaska for him. And we're going to Alaska for my dad. And here's RV Ashes in April, Margie, who I got to wave to last night. And there's a wave. And I hope we get to, talk today, maybe, if the weather allows, or soon. I mean, I'm not going to be, I know we'll be here for a few days, for a little while. Jill, everyone has their trial and errors, Lucretia. You got there safely. That's what matters. Now you have learned. I have learned a lot of things. And I've learned things about me that were apparently necessary lessons. And my husband was, I have to really forgot Richard in my thank you. My big number one thank you is Richard, because Richard did not become reactive to my fears. He was very supportive and helpful. He, whatever he could do from passenger seat, Richard was willing to do, except the one time when he had to have an energy drink so bad that I'm driving scared. My left hand, my wrist hurts. I squeeze that baby so hard. He had to get up from the passenger seat and climb over and get an energy drink. Okay, that's the one time I wanted to smack him, but we don't do that in our family, so I didn't do that. But in my head, I was smacking him. I remember someone suggesting to plan to get off the road by 3. Yes, and I suspect that was Doreen. Camping Therapy. I do not know why I forgot her channel name. I love Doreen. Yes, you know, she's one person I guarantee you said that. Somebody else might also have said that. Yes, and all I knew is I needed to make up time. The first day we made very little progress, and I needed to get here for my interview. So that's another thing. I should have contacted Bob Wells' assistant and asked if we could reschedule rather than push us so hard, because there was a day we drove 11 hours straight. You know, we stopped a few times, but I love the book When Driving Truck. All right. I will take that as an absolute need. Wandering Gypsy Vanner. Yes, they're a good GPS. I've always had an atlas. You never know. Good Maps is off all the time. Google Maps is off. It's awful. It's just ridiculous. And there have been times when we haven't had cell reception, and we were in a place I didn't know. I mean, not on this trip, but other times that I wasn't. My phone didn't have reception. Richard's phone didn't have reception, so we couldn't do anything. Traveling Granny, Steve. Steve has been in the ER for 7 days now. In the ER? No, oh my gosh. Is he sick with C? I hope, you know, whatever is going on, that they're taking good care of him in them. So I've been in the emergency room for a few days too, but at the place I go to, the hospital, our hospital is that's that unit they've developed behind the ER that they put people in. That is part of the ER. It's just an expanded care. Jill with the traveling granny. Waze is good, but it can fail. Your internet is bad. That's right. Kathy. To Jill, the side whole time. I am so ready to lie in bed. So our hospital at home, and you take care, you do, you know, it's hard to take care of yourself when you're sitting in an emergency room with somebody. And I've done that like between when my mom was alive and the times of my dad going to the emergency room. It was Cynthia Pollock. Hello. Everything is good. ZX24 me. Thank you. On a toe, a bad tutu. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here to RV with G. So I just want to say I've been in that position where I've had somebody in the hospital and spent days in the emergency room, or I've been in intensive care unit with when one of my sisters died about 21 years ago from multiple brain aneurysms, and we were in the emergency room with her sleeping, or not emergency, but an ICU room, or in their family room, sleeping on couches and floors, and I mean my whole family, many people. And so I do know, and I got super sick every time I've spent days, you know, or overnight with somebody in the emergency room. I always get sick. So I'll be praying for you and for Steve. Okay, back up to G. George, and you want to tow a toad too, so planning is going to be big. I don't know how else, you know, we can go, like we want to go see some people who aren't actually here. So Kim isn't right here at this particular camping place. She's about 6 to 10 miles down the road. And so that's not a big deal of driving, but still it would be nice to have a car just to pop in and go, rather than having to tote this around all the time. So you're right. Alberta, Want to let up on yourself because you were exhausted by the end of it all. I know, and I am. I'm letting go of it. I'm not someone who beats myself up for very long. I mean, I allow myself a few hours or a few days in this case, but it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed, and I'm over the embarrassment mostly because I'm here. Because I'm telling you, I was contemplating not being a content creator because I thought you cannot do this. You're too emotional of a person. TGIF, welcome, and you're not late. You're here. That's what matters. That's what I'm always happy to see somebody. 40 in the house. If you guys want to do a thumbs up, but if you haven't got an opportunity, please do. It helps the analytics. Apparently, I'm not really schooled in that yet. Following Yellow Brick Road. Another, okay, third time. Benchmark maps are great to find good boondocking locations. They can really help you plan your next. Yes, I will. As soon as I can get to a place, I'm going to get an atlas. Is that the same thing? I know that Benchmark has an atlas. And also, I think they have an atlas for each state. Tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, that's a lot of, eventually, I could see that would be a lot to carry around for people, but we're using the bed overhead as our storage compartment. That is our attic, as I'm calling it. So that's all I'm curious about. Gee, yes, I was amazed how well you drove the 24-foot RV around. I was too. I did not know how, I drove it to the coast from Eugene, and you have to go over not any passes comparable to what we went over coming here, even once we were in. So I did not know there were so many hills and mountains to go over. Really, I didn't know, like California, constantly, it seemed like we were at quite an incline. And I've gotten a good education on overheating. And by the way, fun fact, Rashaya, used to live in oh, you used to live in California. How did you like it? So I know exactly where you guys are. Bernie Ferry, Des Pena. Lake Havasu, are you going there? So it's my understanding some people are going there to Lake Havasu. We may go there. And I know that one of the people that I've been chatting with is going to Havasu. I don't know how far it is. From here, I don't know. I wish my John was like Richard that way. Alberta. Well, he's not Norm. Richard can, we've been married 37 or 36. 36 years. We've been married 36 years. And we know each other pretty well. And I think he did not want me to panic any further than I panicked. And I've panicked a few times, not like the one night. Yes, RVing with G. Richard is a rock star. Rockstar Richard. Rockstar Richard. That's what the name of his channel is. Thing you should be.
Monster.
Richard was amazing. He was amazing. He does all the outside stuff. It's not that I don't want to learn, but thank you. I do want to learn, Smarty Pants. I do want to learn. I know how to check so here's a problem we ran into. Get a small cooler for between the seats for drinks.
Yeah, on top of our dog.
Our doggie is right there between the seats, that's our only problem. And we want her to be there. She feels comfortable with us. Let's talk about the interview. Let's talk about the interview. Oh, so the interview, Bob's interview. So it's going to be scheduled in February. And so, but Lex did not have access to Bob's day planner. And so she could not, it will be sometime in the first 2 weeks, but she couldn't get into his day planner until February. So that's that. I'll let you know as soon as I know. And trust me, I'm not going anywhere that's going to put me out of reach of Bob. Nursing our travel bugs. Howdy to you. Does anybody remember who said howdy? Just a little aside.
Minnie Pearl.
Richard.
Oh.
He guessed it. Minnie Pearl. I did it well enough for him to guess. Is James and Millie still there, Lucretia? Victoria May, did you get to meet them? So I don't know if they're here somewhere else, but I don't believe they're camped right here with Roy and Becky right now. Okay, still in you, still in her. What's up burning up the roads? Well, we are finally at one of our final destinations. That was our first stop, and that is we are in Quartzsite. So we survived the drive. Everybody survived. Hello from West Phoenix. So Nursing Our Travel Bugs is, I think Phoenix is a couple hours away. Absolutely. Prayers for Steve. Prayers, good thoughts, whatever you can put out for Steve. So that's what I understand, a book, RVing with G, a book for each state. So I even need one for Oregon because we haven't traveled much in Eastern Oregon. We know how to get to the high lakes. Our friend, so he's not on here right now, but oh God, there goes my brain. Our nomadic rat pack. He lives down in central Southern Oregon, and we went to go meet up with him down there. Busher Street had a comment. AAA will make you a map and draw the journey for you if you know where you're going. Okay, but then, and that's great if you know exactly. So in our case, since we didn't really know how to get here correctly, we would have needed a couple routes, but that's a good alternative. That is a good alternative, or part of the planning. No reason not to get their input. And this is Graham Patterson. Well, hello to you, Graham. Glad you're here. I think you're in the UK, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Insulated bag for tracks and snacks and when traveling. Yes, I think that's a good idea too. You know, so at Riverbend Hospital, which is our hospital, it's a regional hospital, it's huge. That's where, let's see, let me fix it. That's where we go for our surgeries, except Richard's last surgery was at another hospital. And they have a unit that's inside of the emergency room when they don't have other things available, and they think that you're going to be very short term, like maybe 24 hours or 48 hours. Usually they don't go over 48. They have a unit that's in the back side of the emergency room, so they can quickly move people back there. And I think in that case, there's about 20 rooms, and it's individual rooms there, but it's not someplace where I could have slept or Richard could have slept. That's where I've been. So I've been there twice. My battery is running low. Well, isn't that sweet? Let me see how much is there. 12%. This is one of my problems, is figuring this out. Is keeping everything charged. So, so anyways, they put a unit in there for short time people. Hopefully other hospitals will be catching on to that. When you were driving to utilize your armrest, 100%. So I felt much more secure with those armrests, held me in place. I didn't feel like I was getting, like my butt was dancing all over the seat, and it felt safer. I don't know if that's true, if you are safer, but it felt safer. And my arm was down, but this, for some reason, I gripped tighter with my left hand than my right hand. I mean, my hand was gripping, but I'm serious. This, my left wrist, the nerves in it were hurting. So I'm going to probably see if there's any more comments or questions. From accidentally having close compared to close up and get it. I'm just quickly going through these last comments. Lance, we're not sure. Troy is a nomadic rat pack. He thought he knew what was wrong with it, and we've tried to deal with that. We actually have dealt with it, but it's still not working, and I'm a little bit concerned now. Little bit concerned, but we'll eat you know, we'll consume what we've got in there, and then we'll have to figure it out and call the man who sold it to us. We still owe him some money on it, but he can have it back. I don't care. But I'm not fully paying for something that does not work. And he told us it worked. So Lance. Okay, when you head home, we don't. Oh, for God's sakes. Gosh sakes. Oh, when you head home, we don't want live as we can't go through this again. Just kidding. I will not be doing that again. As far as, you don't have to go full time with me. Anyways, you can cut off. Yes, I will not forget about Boondockers Welcome. Maps at AAA. Oh, nobody wants to watch you live when pulling into a site after traveling all day. We didn't have to back in anywhere, okay? So thank you, God. We just drove in. However, Richard is going to most likely at some time. Now check it out. This is how the weather changed. Look at that. This person is pulling a big fifth wheel and then something on back, a four-wheeler, some fun toy. Now, those are brave. I count those as brave people. I do. Kaylee. I think the book is called The Next Exit. Then the year. Make sure you get the 2000. The Next Exit. The Next Exit. All right. Thank you for clarifying that. And I don't know. Is there anyone going live after this? I'll have to be on my phone. I do, because I do plan on working on, man, there's a lot of things I didn't get to, and this is down. I'm rocking back and forth. I love this. It's sunshiny and where we're at right now with some clouds, but it's rocking, and I like that. I love it. Havasu is an hour and a half away. Okay. Okay, so you'll be there a few months. Good to know. We plan on being able to see people. They made me one from Connect to Up Boucher Street, or Bush. Yeah, I think it's Boucher. They made me one from Connecticut to Up in Michigan. Okay. Travel from Connecticut to Michigan. Rometown Girl. Kim. I have crappy cell service, dropping off now. Talk to you later, sweetie. Thank you for the very frank conversation, and we will get together and figure out how we can be better RVers and not, lose our minds. All right. So Prairie Life. Hello, Karen. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to end here in a few minutes. And if you didn't have a chance to thumbs up us, it would be great. We'd love it. All right. All right. Sorry, we dropped not dropped, but my computer died completely. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. Yep. 11% to 0 in 3 minutes. So she's completely black, dead. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to thank everybody for coming, and I will see you later day. And if you want to email us, ask us any questions, burninguptheroads1@gmail.com. And I'll say goodbye from here. And I love you guys. So be safe, be healthy, and be happy.